Hello, my name is Jesse Anderson. Welcome to my Supraglottic Airway AEMT practical skill demonstration. Here we have our patient and OPAs, bag valve mask, just checking my equipment, capnography attachment for the monitor, LMA, syringe for inflating it, lubricant, which I have already applied, and oxygen, and a commercial securing device for the tube. And, and most important, not least, or not least at least, my stethoscope. So, let us begin. I'm going to say, to start out, PPE for BSI is my scene safe. I am protected, and we will begin. Oh, sir, I don't hear anything. He's unresponsive. There's a palpated carotid pulse, but there's no chest rise and no sound of air movement. This person is very apneic. Measure my OPA. I have 30 seconds to do this, and there's no time like the present. I'm going to make sure the head is in the right position with a chin lift, and I'll pull the tongue and jaw out, up, the chin up, with the tongue and jaw. Do a jaw lift, chin, tongue lift maneuver, and begin. Try not to talk too much. Now we got a good stuff. Alright, I've got good chest rise. I'm going to ventilate every 5 to 6 seconds with the goal of achieving 10 to 12 respirations per minute. When I put in the OPA, the instructor told me, the evaluator told me that there was no gag reflex and the adjunct was accepted. But now I'm told the patient's oxygen saturation is 85% on room air, and that is not acceptable, so I'm going to apply some oxygen. Oxygen, they say 12 to 15 liters per minute is high flow oxygen. I'm doing 15, and it's high concentration. Now I got good chest rise, and now we're getting some better pulse. Well, we will get some better pulse ox readings, hopefully. Alright, so I will ventilate for about 30 seconds, and my examiner will auscultate the chest, tell me there is bilateral equal breath sounds, and medical control has ordered a supraglottic airway. So that is what I'll do now. But first, we will pre-oxygenate the patient. So I will have we're going to imagine my examiner taking over the ventilations while I examine my equipment. I have a number 4 LMA for a 50 to 70 kilogram patient. That's my estimate. It takes 30 millimeters of air to inflate it. And we will try this out. My pilot bulb, everything is intact, no cracks, no holes, no leaks. We are in good shape, I think. Alright. Now I will, maybe just a tad more. So the examiner is ventilating, so I'm going to now instruct the examiner after the next breath to remove the bag valve mask and the OPA and allow me to take over. Insertion of the advanced airway. Alright, so here we go. So here I am. I'm going to do a chin lift, tongue lift, and jaw lift maneuver to place that, and it just went in pretty easily. I believe I have proper depth. I'm going to inflate the balloons and immediately remove the syringe and remove the mask from the bag valve. And I have good placement. I don't need to adjust it as far as I can tell, because I'm going to be careful not to dislodge or move the tube. Now I'm going to auscultate the 4 quadrants of the lungs, making sure I have equal breath sounds bilaterally. And most importantly, also listen to the epigastrum. This is where it would be to verify, make sure there's no sounds of air going into the GI. I do not feel that any adjustment is necessary. So at this point, the next step is to verify proper placement and effective ventilation with capnography. I've attached my capnography adapter, and I will attach this to the cardiac monitor, and I'm looking for a nice waveform that is in the 35 to 45 millimeters of mercury worth of CO2 range at a rate of 10 to 12 per minute, and it should look like without the sound effects. Next, I need to secure the tube. I would like to ask my assistant to help, but if I'm alone, I'll have to do this on my own. Make sure to not hyper or hypoventilate. Really, I need to be careful not to squeeze too hard or too fast during ventilations. Although with this airway, it's better because I have less chance of bypassing the trachea and putting air into the stomach. But you want to be gentle. All right. I believe, yeah, my tube is secure. And now I will monitor capnography and pulse oximetry to ensure that we're properly ventilating and getting a therapeutic effect. And I'll definitely pay attention to the rate on the monitor too. It'll help me keep from hypo or hyperventilating. 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000. Lots of good chest rise. Oh, the instructor asked me how, or the examiner, how will I know if I'm getting adequate volume on each breath? And on ventilation, I will say, look for chest rise, which I see. That is all. Thank you.